Hi, guys. Welcome back to Female in Construction. This is your host, Carol Kinyanjui, and I'm super excited about this episode. We're going to be talking about pivoting from construction to a different career. My guest today was a civil engineer, still is a civil engineer by books, but she pivoted to something else, and we're going to learn more about that. Help me welcome Lucy Nyawira.
Yay! That's me.
Hi,
Hi.
how are you?
I'm very well. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm happy to see you.
Happy to see you too. And congratulations on your podcast.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
And I'm super excited that you're actually one of my guests.
Amazing.
Yeah. So tell us more about yourself, who you are, what you do.
Okay. That's a loaded question, but I think you already know my name. I'm Lucy. I am currently doing project management in tech implementation systems. I am a civil engineer by training, but I just decided to pivot just about 2 years into the profession. And you're going to hear more about my story in this podcast. Be sat.
So we're just going to go back from where you were choosing civil engineer, how you got yourself in civil engineering.
Okay, this takes me back to high school. So when I was younger, I always wanted to be a doctor until I was in Form 2. And then the love-hate between me and biology became real. And I also could not stand the sight of blood, even during first aid. So I knew a career in medicine was dead for me. And because I had the grades and I thought math and science are my thing, I went into engineering school. So I chose civil engineering because it encompasses so many aspects. Yeah, so I went that route.
I'm shocked. So you knew civil engineering while you were in high school?
Yes, because my first choice, I remember during that time we were choosing 4. My top choice was civil engineering and then electrical engineering. And then I think I put pharmacy as a third option. Number 4, I can't remember. Yes.
So how was it doing civil engineering in school? You did it for 5 years?
Yes, I sat in that college for 5 years, only to graduate and not practice it. Yeah.
Well, but I think it opened doors for you from where you are right now.
It got me where I needed to be.
Yes. Got the papers.
It was my stepping stone. Yes. So I don't regret anything about me changing careers per se.
You did not feel like this is a male-dominated career while you were doing it?
So funny enough, in our class, we were about 200 students and 150 were male. So we were around 45 to 50 girls. So, and our class was actually the first one to attain such a bigger female cohort. So even it being a male-dominated didn't feel like it because I had a lot of girls in my class. But the overall perception is this is a male-dominated field. But having my fellow girls, I did not feel it really. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So maybe you can tell us after school what happened up to where you pivoted the career.
Okay, so immediately after finishing our exams, I did not stay outside for long. I got my first job within weeks, which is why I began my civil engineering career. But then before then, I had done an attachment for like 4 months with Kenha in road construction. So then 6 months into my internship, I knew I'm not gonna stay here for long. I knew I'm gonna get tired because it's the same thing. I'm a creature of habit, but it's only gets so boring. Like by month 4, I already know start to finish. You could call me in my sleep and I know what to tell you to do.
Yeah.
So there was no growth to me per se. And I was like, I need to change and I need to do it quick.
Wow. And is that something that you, when you were learning, is it different from the site or what happened in between?
No, actually, as I said, civil engineering is really wide. We do have unit courses from road and construction. There's the building construction aspects, there's water and sanitation engineering. We do have computer science and also engineering management. So given that during my attachment, I did the road part of it, and then my first internship was in buildings and construction, it became clear to me it's repetitive. Like whatever you do, you're going to grasp it so fast within the first few months. Then after that, there's nothing new you're learning per se. So that's why my boredom kicked in and I knew I have to do something about it. But I didn't go too far from it since I had the basics of computer science and engineering and project management, which are really aspects of civil. I just like now focused on that and decided to pivot. Yeah.
That's really cool. Wait, now that you've mentioned that civil engineering is very wide, we have water, we have highways, we have the building. Why not move into another branch or into another sector other than building? And then you said you did highways.
Yeah.
Why not move into water engineering?
Okay, first of all, water engineering would look like dams. giving you, supplying water to your houses. And then the sanitation part is the sewage systems, how you're going to take the wastewater from your houses. Looking at it from a design perspective, there's nothing that's gonna be designed different, maybe just the pipe sizes. So it comes down to repetition again. And I knew I'd get bored because by month 2, I know this is the pipe, this is the stage. So after that, kaput, like I'm dead, my career is stagnant. Yeah.
Wow. So when you are pivoting, or when you knew that civil engineering is not something that you want to do, or being on site is not something that you want to do, did you have a specific thing that you wanted to move to, or you were just trying your luck everywhere?
To be honest, I was just winging it. But after speaking to a friend of mine who had worked like in tech consulting and she had done like AWS courses, she was like, I see that you could fit here really well, given that you have an interest in this data and stuff. She told me just do the certifications, they're going to make your bridging easier. And that's why I followed that specific route. But when it came to applications, I was applying for so many jobs unrelated to what I studied in school. I just wanted to get out.
Okay.
Yeah.
You were not afraid that maybe it's something that now you'll try, and then it does not does not fit within what you want, and then now you have to look for something else. It did not sit. Did it sit right with you? Ama, you are open to anything that comes, and then now you'll just go and change it again.
Generally, as a person, I am very open-minded. Even now, I could decide to pivot if this is not making sense to me anymore. And then at that point, my mom had told me, if this work that you keep complaining is not what you want to do, I have given you the freedom to explore whatever you want. If everything fails, just come back home. Because by then I moved out of home and I was worried, oh, how am I going to pay my bills and stuff? She was like, no, just try whatever you have to try. Yeah, we always have your back.
Okay. Maybe you can tell us more on the certification that you are doing that helped you pivot to where you are right now.
Okay, so when I was applying for technology jobs, at the back of my head, I thought I have to be really tech savvy for me to match up what I was applying for. So given that background, I started doing cloud courses. So AWS are cloud certificates for entry level. So I focused on that for like 3 months. Then I made my application because even during my interviews, that was what I was leveraging on. I think that's what impressed my interviewers. And now that's why I got into that line, yeah.
Okay. And do you think civil engineering is helping you right now?
Yeah. Yes. Because as I expected, I knew I'm going to manage projects in tech at some point, but I didn't know that the principles of engineering would apply here. But when I started working, it's really the same. It's just in a different context, but the fundamental principles remain the same. So yes, it does help me.
It does help you.
Yes.
So right now where you are, is it a good decision that you pivoted? Are you happy with the decision that you made? Would you love to come back to civil engineering?
I'm going to be honest. I'm very happy with the decision I made. And the only thing that will make me come back is the money. Money. That's the only thing that would make me, if the money made sense on this other side, I'd be back. Yeah.
True. Can you talk about how now there's a discussion that is always going on with civil engineers that they are either underpaid. When you compare the interns, civil engineering interns, they're paid, I think it's 25,000.
Yeah.
And then when you compare them with the medicine students or the interns, they're paid over 100,000. I don't know if that is true or what. So to that person who wants to pivot, what will you tell them?
I go for it. It's true that civil engineers, especially the ones who work in the design office, they're really underpaid. If you look at what goes into design, because the engineer's part is the details, you have to do the reinforcements, you have to do a lot of calculations. And as you notice, when you get into any design office, no one likes to do that work. They throw it to the new joiners to handle that work. So you're really overworked and underpaid.
Okay. So what was one thing that you did when you were on site? What was one thing that shocked you most and you're like, This is not what I signed up for.
I don't think there's anything that shocked me, really. Shocked me? No,
There's nothing.
there's nothing. Maybe the level of detail at that point, but it's something I expected in the quality inspections, but maybe not coming from an, let's say, architectural side where they're looking at the outcome. Because me, I'm like, okay, it's functional. Your aesthetics could go to hell. Because it's something like you're telling me 1 millimeter is going to make this building fall. So that didn't make sense to me. It still doesn't, because it's a margin of error.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really nice. Let us talk to now, because now we have listeners who are students and listeners who are already working.
Yeah.
To that one student, would you tell them to pick civil engineering as a career?
If you're doing it as a diploma course, yes. If you're doing it as a degree, I think you're wasting your time.
Why?
You're going to spend 5 years of your life for what?
But even diploma is 3 years.
Yes, it's 3 years, but I feel like diploma is more hands-on and less theoretical. You have what it takes for you to deliver the project you're working on. A degree, you're going to take 5 years, yes, you're going to develop the soft skills. But once they put you in that government office and pay you 25,000, you're just going to say, I wasted my 5 years.
That is going to land you on a hot seat.
Yeah.
Because guys prefer like the degree. There's always a discussion on a degree and a diploma, which is more powerful than the other. And I think even when you go on site, you'll find someone in diploma, they know the technical bit of civil engineering. But when it comes to paperwork, it might be hard, kidogo. But when the people who have already done a degree, when it gets to site, it is even harder for them to be more technical. Because even when you're doing structures, when you're doing building and construction, the diploma, they have the technical
know-how
units.
Yeah.
Also, like I have done diploma, and we had the building and construction, and we were taught how to build. Imagine you're taught how to lay a stone. You had the units, but now when it comes to the degree, I don't know if it's different or something. Do we have the technical other than the AutoCAD and ArchiCAD?
We actually do have a lot of lab work in the degree course. But as I said, it's not so different from what the diploma guys learn, only that the diploma go really deep into it. So a person in degree, who has a degree rather, would be a better manager, not doing the actual stuff, but someone who knows the details of everything. You'd rather choose a guy with a diploma.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, how do you convince an employer that a diploma is better than a degree?
I don't think either or. It's hybrid of both. When you're hiring, just make sure, I know it's a dance, but balancing the two. Let not your hiring pool be full of people who have degrees and they can do the technical bits. And also to balance that out, because you want some soft skills, something to manage, you hire like a few guys with degrees and maybe more guys from the diploma side.
Okay. So let us move forward to now what you do on a daily basis. Maybe you can tell us what a typical day looks like.
Okay, so my day isn't designed to look exactly the same because it's dependent on the project I'm managing at that point. But what I would say is working in the project management space, my typical day would look like me waking up and getting to the office by 8 a.m., having stand-up meetings where it's like gathering people and knowing the progress of yesterday, what challenges we faced, then organizing meetings to sort out the issues that the guys are encountering, and more meetings, and then reporting to the steering committee or the execs of their client. So no day really looks the same because every day, you see now, unlike site, where I could be in my house and then you call me and you ask me, what do I do with this D16 metal bar? I could tell you, put it here and here, lay it like this, paste it like this. In the tech world, you have to troubleshoot. So whatever error you found yesterday, you're not guaranteed that you're going to sort it the same way if you get it today. There's always something new every day. And I think that is what makes it interesting for me. It's not boring because for me, once I do something twice, the third time you're boring me. Yeah. because it's like, I already know. So my excitement comes from, it's something new. I'm eager. Let's see how we can sort that out. That gives me the adrenaline, like, oh, yeah, let's keep pushing. Yeah.
Okay. Now that you're talking about projects, are they projects like the one that you're used to in construction? Because now you're talking projects and then you're talking about tech.
Okay, so let's define a project. A project is a temporary endeavor for you to attain certain results. So it's like you have a project and then it has milestones. So in the context of construction, what's your end goal? You're undertaking this project. Maybe you want to tarmac 7 kilometers of road, and then it's going to be bitumen layered. So that's your endeavor in a period of 6 months. That's the project you're working on. So in the same lens, in technology, if I am implementing a software application, if I want to have like a data application on Android, iOS, now that's my project. Yeah, so that's what my end goal is in 6 months. Make sure I deploy this app in both iOS and Android in 6 months. So it's more of the same thing, just different contexts.
So it's more of tech.
Yeah, no, it's tech. Yeah,
more of tech.
Yeah, tech stuff. Yeah.
Oh, that's a big switch. Now that you've moved from sites, you're used to wearing a helmet, a reflector,
Yes.
the 2.3 kgs safety boot. Yeah. And then now you're wearing flat heels on the suits in corporate. How is that?
The switch, it's at first you get shocked, like going from, full Django, you don't care whatever is underneath you. Just know at the end of the day, I'm going to be in an overall, boots, helmet. So it takes some adjusting to do, but it's actually, come to think of it, it's actually nice because when you dress well, you feel better. So there's that oomph when you get into corporate. At least you're pushing yourself to like upgrade your wardrobe kidogo. Unlike now in construction, you just
Don't care.
you don't care. It's just an overall. Every day it's the same thing as long as it's clean. Yeah.
You just throw a t-shirt,
Yeah.
their promotion t-shirt.
No, even pajamas, and then you just put on your overall, and you're gone with your day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's great. And the fact that you moved to tech, and is it something that you loved, or is it something that you're learning to love?
No, it's something I always loved. I'm always a curious person. So it's one of my interests, really, because someone asked me, so if you decide to pivot today, because we would not be surprised, it's you, where would you go to? I said farming, and they were laughing.
Farming?
Yeah, farming. I'll go into farming and maybe apply some tech into farming, but I would actually go into farming if I were to pivot now.
Will you pivot right now?
No, right now. Not in the foreseeable future, but who knows? I could change my mind. Yeah. But for now, let me give it like a few more years, 4, 5, and then I'll see.
So it's something that you're looking forward to doing in the near future. Tech.
Yeah.
It's something that you're looking to do.
In my short-term goals, it's still there. Because look at the age we're living in, AI making everything different. People fearing for their jobs because of AI. People now learning how to be AI agents. Because we are at the center of like revolution. And technology is at the core of how our lives are going to be in the next 5, 10 years. So that's where my interest lies.
Wow. And now that you moved from a male-dominated career to another male-dominated career, how is it?
Always you can run away from STEM, but STEM will always find you somehow. So navigating this wasn't hard really, because when I joined, I remember I was one of the 2 females in the team. And at first I was like, okay, umekuja kwa matech bros. Because that's what they're known for. But really, when you upskill, you don't feel inadequate in any way. You occupy as much space as a male would do in the same field. And you can even outdo them.
Yeah, true, sure.
Yeah.
Do you think you have to prove yourself more in maybe in the work that you're doing, that I am doing this? You're doing an extra mile to prove yourself that you're fit for that job that you're doing currently?
Well, I can't deny that we live in a world where there's a lot of biases, some unconscious, yes, like people know that this is a male thing. So being a woman will put you at a pedestal where you're like, you need to prove yourself more. But I think once your case is like, you prove your case the first time, they're going to respect you from there henceforth.
Did you feel the same way when you're in construction?
No, really. I've always been a badass. Like, even now, they're like, oh, this, the funny thing about my current role is that even before, even in construction, being a project manager, you are managing people way older than you. So you're in your 20s and you're there telling a 40-year-old what to do. At some point, they're like, you small girl, you finished school the other day. What are you telling me to do? I have been practicing this for the last 20 years. And now you're coming to dictate what I do. So at first, there's that resistance. But once you build a rapport on how to work with intergenerational people, it becomes easier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That is nice. That is nice. That is really nice. To be so honest, I don't know if I will tell someone to do civil engineering, because first of all, civil engineering will take all your time. Monday to even Sunday,
Yeah.
find yourself
Mhm.
working on site. You'll find yourself working on site long hours. You're on site maybe by 6 and 8 p.m. you'll still find you on site. So do you think more women should take civil engineering now that it is taking your time, your social life? And I don't know if maybe the corporate side of civil engineering is still the same as the sites, but I think it's almost the same.
Well, having experienced both worlds at some point, I would say yes. In every career, you have to make sacrifices at some point. You may say, oh, I'm not telling girls to go into civil engineering, but in whatever field you choose to, there's a season you're going to be burning the midnight oil every so often. So it's a hard, but you have to choose your hard.
That's
Yeah.
that's nice.
You have to be willing. Yeah. You have to know what you're willing to persevere for you to build a career into something. Because even when you say, I'm going to build my own business, you'll be that to figuring out your business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Figuring out how will I make sales.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really nice. Now, other than civil engineering, what do you think that a student can take that involves construction? What I mean by that is you have your civil engineering degree or diploma.
Yeah.
Something else that they can add to that, because the market is, I wouldn't say saturated, but you have to tell us why we need to choose you. There are so many civil engineers that have the degree and the diplomas. Why choose you?
So I think you're alluding to the differentiating factor. So in that case, I would say learn automation. Yeah.
Like the mechanical?
Yeah, like apply some aspects of mechanical to civil. Like instead of me coming to detail a drawing from start to finish, automate that. Like key in instructions and then it's just gonna do it. You don't have to do that manually and complain we're paying you 25,000. You're spending 12 hours detailing for us. Just like at the core of everything in the age of technology, automate.
Wow, that's a twist.
Yeah.
See? Mechanical in civil engineering.
Merge. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a very powerful combination.
And also the aspect of something like digital twins, replicating the things so that it just like picks a model and you don't have to do the same thing again. So yeah, so incorporate tech into your work and that's what is going to be a value add.
So to our listeners, you basically what you're saying is you have your civil engineering degree diploma, just don't stay with it.
That's not enough.
It's never enough.
It's never going to be enough. And I know the adoption of technology in Africa is really slow, but we cannot deny we do need it for us to move forward. Yeah.
So what is that one thing that you think us, the women who are already in engineering, can do to make better for the civil engineer women who are coming in?
Well, I have seen the trials that the people who came before us have, like, you know, they're trying to do mentorship through. Honestly, this is unpopular opinion. I don't see the essence of engineering conferences really. I do not see. Like I go to Coast for 4 days. I speak about yeah. I speak about road design manual, and then after that, what is the outcome? We do a lot of discussions, but nothing is ever actualized. The other day, I was posting about how transport planning is a concept in Kenya. Merely a concept. No one ever implements it. When I was coming here, I got stuck in Runda for a whole 20 minutes in traffic because the roads are narrow. Everyone is buying a car. It's the weekend. It's end month. Everyone is outside with their car. When the roads were designed, they weren't designed for that amount of traffic. And we're not forward thinking to know that, okay, if we don't have public systems that work, people will buy their own cars. And then after they buy their own cars, where will they drive the cars?
True.
Yeah, so for me, we are not walking the talk. We're just doing the talk. So even mentorship really is not effective.
And I'm telling you that is something. There was this time we had a discussion on women in construction.
Yeah.
And we were talking about the boards, we were talking about the wire. For you to attend a conference, you have to pay 25,000, and you're like, I'm a student.
And only to add, you're earning 2 CPD points?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't. If you're mentoring me, I don't have to pay all that money.
Yeah.
I don't have to go to Mombasa and pay maybe 50,000. For me to be a member, I have to pay 10,000, and then like it's just too much.
Yeah.
It's just so much.
So maybe what we could do better is, and I see this in a lot of colleges, I do appreciate the fact that I do have to sit in that unit for 80 hours for me to learn how to draw manually, but you'll never find me with that T-square and rollers in a pencil, I don't know, to be wherever, drawing it like a plan or something. I need the AutoCAD. Teach me that. Let us have like practical sessions on how to do that. I think that will be more effective rather than you telling me you need to know to draw this manually for you to appreciate the fact that you're a civil engineer. It doesn't make sense.
So whatever is being practiced on site is what should be be taught in school.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yes.
Now let me ask, do you think civil engineering is a dying career in the next 10 years?
By definition of civil engineering, well, I could see how aspects of it are dead. But
right now,
yes, because, I think when I compare Kenya to European countries, we are at the point where we are still a developing country. We need to have more road coverage, so that's where our civil engineers comes. We need to have water supplies to our metropolitan cities and upcoming towns. So we do need engineers to do the dams and stuff. So as a career, it could be dead, but what we need as a community, we need it more than ever. Only that the people getting the contracts to implement the work are foreigners. So that is what would kill it.
That's another topic.
Yeah.
That's another topic we need to talk about because we
so that is what is discouraging to even ask someone, okay, I'm encouraging you to study this in school because you're gonna go there, get a job where? If you tell me I'm training you so you can go and start a company, how am I going to start a company and I haven't known how a company is run? So I need to start from somewhere by observing someone. And you're giving all my opportunities to foreigners under the guise that I don't have experience locally. So yeah, it's not adding up.
I think having foreigners as contractors is one of the things that pisses me off because we have a lot of companies in Kenya locally that are capable of doing the highways and the buildings and all the things.
Yeah.
That is one issue we are facing. I think the second issue we are facing is the gatekeeping that is happening in the engineering sector, I think, in general. One, you'll find, maybe this is a bad example, but you'll find someone who wants to retire and they have some cash left and they're like, let me just open a construction company. You'll go and find someone, I don't even, you'll just go and find someone who's tired in doing maybe the career that they had, and then now they've pivoted in engineering. And yet we have so many civil engineers who are graduating each and every year, and yet there are no works. I think the gatekeeping is a lot. When you go to these big companies, you'll find the interns are not doing the actual work. I remember I saw a meme of an intern who was saying that they're serving coffee and mandazis in their office. So do you think the gatekeeping is affecting us?
A lot. Like I'm saying, we're not passing down the knowledge across the different generations in the workspace. So I know some careers are really hard to retire from being a judge to engineers. Those people, even at 70, you still have the know-how. But what is lacking really is the passing down. So if someone dies, they die without knowledge. So no one else could do their work because they were not keen to pass it down. Yeah.
And I think also the fact that we have to move from analog to digital.
Yeah, there's a resistance over there.
Yeah, because you'll find maybe the CEO of a company is around 60 years. What they were doing back then and what they are doing right now is way different.
Yeah.
So once a younger person comes to work and they introduce something new, it feels like competition. Yeah, maybe they feel threatened or something.
Yeah. So that's actually a big contributing factor. Because when you go to the big bodies, you'll find people in their 50s, 60s, holding like two positions. I don't know, director, general, and the senior engineer, principal engineer, all to one person. Yet there are so many people who've had like, say, 6 years of experience who could hold the same position and still deliver. Yeah.
Now that you've done civil engineering and you've graduated, do you want to be certified?
I could care less about it. No.
You don't want to be certified?
No. But then you see, for you to be certified, you have to have like 3 years of work experience across all the, but
I think you have to work under a certified engineer.
yes, and then you have to do all the aspects from water, infra to buildings.
You mean?
Yeah. So you can sit that professional exam. So on top of me studying for 5 years, you need me to to work under someone certified for 3 years. Then I sit the exam for you to call me a professional engineer. I feel like it's too much for a title. Yeah.
The name engineer?
Yeah, it's not that deep for me. What matters to me is the money in my pocket. So I'm sorry.
As long as you can become a farmer and you're earning more, you're like,
If I become a farmer and I know my apples are gonna grow through the season and I'm gonna export them and there's millions in my account, I could care less whether I'm a professional engineer, a graduate engineer. Yeah.
oh. And I love the fact that, you talked so much on civil engineering and about pivoting. So to our listeners, if you're there and you're thinking about moving from civil engineering or even any other career and you want to pivot to something else, I think this is your sign.
What I'm gonna say is about that, the essence of college education is not to limit you in terms of what you can do career-wise. It's just to expose you out there, and it's also like, it's proof that you can commit to something for 4 years and complete it. And most employers in this side of the world do not understand that. That's why they are so keen on putting in the JD, must have an engineering degree in this and this field. Really, well, one of the simplest things to teach people is the technical skills. The soft skills is what it's difficult, and the mindset. But I believe as long as, you have a college degree in anything, You can have a college degree in psychology.
Yeah.
I can teach you tech. I can pay for you those ALX courses. As long as your mindset is there, you're going to do it. So I think it's a call to employers in Africa not to limit themselves to, if you studied technology, then you have to practice technology. You could be an accountant, by the mere fact of, I can teach you finance, I can teach you debit and credit, and you're going to excel at it because your mindset is there. You're teachable. So that is one of the things I've observed. And if you want to change, like, remember Ben Sol was also in a civil engineering class, and now he's a musician. Yeah, it's not to limit you. Yeah, you can excel at anything in this life. And I feel like why there's a lot of depression cases for our age mates is because it's how the system is. And thank God for CBC, it's like, shifting the perspective and the narrative that since you studied this your entire life, it's that line. Yeah.
Do you think what they say about corporate is easier than construction?
No,
That's true.
it's not easier. It will look soft,
Yeah.
but the intercept of blue and white collar jobs, it's not different. The fundamentals are the same. Yeah. Well, you wouldn't be okay. On site, you're using your physical strength. Let me put it that way. It's mainly a blue collar job. You have to apply your technical skills, but not in corporate using your mind, which is even more tiring.
Not tiring, I know.
Yeah.
So there's no work that is easier.
There's no easy work. Even the mama mboga, if I give you that work for a day, you'd still say it's hard because they have to wake up at 3 a.m., go to the market, source for the mbogas to sell to you at 8 for you to open your, restaurant, for you to make lunch for the construction workers. It's still hard work for them because they have to wake up early. Have you seen them in those bags they carry in the matatus, the big chondos? It's also hard work for them.
It's hard. Yeah. I think we're coming to the end of the episode. Maybe a parting shot, something that you want to add on everything that you've talked about. Yeah.
For me to summarize would be just do it scared, because if you stay there, trust that time is going to move. 2 years, 3 years, time is going to move and it's not waiting for you. So if you're thinking about, changing something, just go for it.
Okay. To our students who want to they're choosing their careers right now, they want to join college, they want to join universities, and they're lost.
I would say go into tech courses.
Yeah.
Technology, AI.
Tech is the new way.
Yeah. Just go along those roads. I know we all can't fit there, but yeah, that is where I would recommend. You can also go into business, BBIT. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Lucy, for coming. And that was a very, very educative episode. And I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me and for letting me lend my voice to this podcast.
I know that is so helpful. Thank you very much to our listeners. This is Carol Kinyanjui, and this is Female in Construction.
Bye.
Bye.